Hey, good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. I am your host, BKP, the voice of rural America. We come here every day, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10. At 10 o'clock is the Katie Sassine Show. You can get in touch with us, chief@fetchernews.com, chief@fetchernews.com, or 706-889-9700. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at FetcherNews, at FYNTV. Good morning. Let's see, where do we start? Now, this is not going to be your normal Trump show. Okay. You're used to tuning in and you're used to hearing probably about 2 hours of some sort of endorsement at any given time of our president, Donald Trump, which you know I support. And I try to break down and scratch the surface of what others are not telling you. Okay? This is going to be a little different because I promise you in the onset of his administration that we would call things out when necessary. Now, first, the vote tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, on this omnibus spending bill. I get up about 3:30. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see the U.S. Capitol switchboard, okay? That's the U.S. Capitol switchboard numbers coming across the bottom of the screen. It'll be playing all morning long across there. We want you to call that switchboard, call your congressman, call your senator. You can, no matter who your senator and your congressman, tell them who you want. They'll put you through. And you want to hit that switchboard and you want to tell them that bipartisan, if you're a Republican, bipartisan, you have no interest in. You have no interest in bipartisan. That was not your intention when you voted for Donald Trump, for him to go there and reach across the aisle. If you wanted somebody to reach across the aisle and you were looking for this bipartisan unification in Washington, D.C., and if you thought the American people really like it when Washington works, because this budget is nothing about Washington working, okay, for the American people. So if you thought for 1 minute that you wanted Washington to work in their eyes in a bipartisan fashion, you would have sent John McCain. Just let them know. Say, look, I would have sent John McCain before Barack Obama. I would have sent Mitt Romney if I wanted this bipartisan, a candidate that told me they could start reaching across the aisle and working together. All right? But I did not. I sent Donald Trump to drain the swamp, and bipartisan is something that I have no interest in because I personally don't have any interest in bipartisan either. So this is going to be a little different. First of all, we know the president, some things he can't take, we're just going to call it. And this guy has been very complimentary. He's been very complimentary. This was 2 days ago. All right. Let me back up. Over the weekend, like Friday, they passed a 5-day continuing spending resolution. It's a CR that allows the government to continue to spend. All right. So they did that on Friday. They hid everything from you. All right. Now, they went on recess. Folks, you cannot write legislation in 24 hours. And I hate to say they continually lie, but they do. You can't write this kind of legislation in 24 hours, all right? It's sitting in a back room. The weeks on end that we were discussing on this show, the weeks on end that they started talking about a government shutdown, all right? Why did nobody say there's an omnibus bill on the shelf in the back closet? Why not? Why not tell us that there was so many pages, it stood this high, and for 3 days is all that your congressman or senator has to read it, and they would have to read an average of 500 pages a day to read it. So A, your congressman and senator are going to vote on it without reading the bill. A. B, it was back there all along. Nobody told us the truth. We kept wondering if there'd be a shutdown. Do you think in the 5 days that Democrats slipped in what they wanted in 5 days? No. Democrats, the whole time that Chuck Schumer was being called a clown, the whole time that Democrats were saying that they, were not going to be able to work with the president, they were working very well with Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan. So this omnibus that is 1,500 pages, before they left for recess, every one of your congressmen, every one of your senators went home knowing there would be no government shutdown. Every one of your congressmen and every senator went home knowing the omnibus bill was sitting on the shelf. Every one of your congressmen and senators knew what kind of language was in it when they got back. Everyone. But yet they lied in town halls. And yet they lied when you asked them if they would be funding for border walls, knowing they would not. So folks, I'm going to take a couple things here. First of all, so Friday they leave, and they tell each and every one of us that they're going to do a continuing spending resolution, a CR, so the government can be funded for the next 5 days. All right. While they work things out. I won't go Stephen Colbert and get nasty on you. I won't use the words of Perez, the DNC chair. He gets all nasty. But where we call that BS. All right? BS. So Sunday, I get up about 3:30. I understand most of you wonder what in the world, but I get up about 3:30 in the morning, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, but 3:30 on an average. And the first thing I do is I start scouring through the websites to see if any stories were filed. That's what we call them, filed. 9 o'clock Sunday night, 11:30 Sunday night. I start looking for those real late, 2 a.m. Monday morning. Oh yeah. I start looking for all those to see what happened overnight. So I got up Monday and I find the story filed that says that they have an omnibus bill, $1 trillion spending bill, and all the things it funds and does not fund, and how the Democrats got everything they want. I said, whoa. So I came here Monday morning. Today's Wednesday. I came here Monday morning. We may have been the first real network that came out Monday and broke this down. Because I watched Morning Joe from 67 and they didn't touch it, okay? They left it alone. Fox had a snippet of it. They didn't really get deep. But I got into it on Monday morning, first thing. And then the next thing you know, the other talk shows throughout the day, they were livid. Okay, Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, Mark Levin, all the talk shows, up in arms. And let me say this before we play this first video. They come out and they said, okay, they came out and they said, well, I can't believe what they keep trying to sell us, all right? And they came out and said, they said, this is the last of the last administration's budget. Now, wait a minute. I'm thinking, I heard this somewhere. This is the last part of the budget that was left over from the last administration. Now, the one in September will be different. Wait a minute. Folks, if this was the last spending appropriations bill from the last administration, why would it require the signature of your president today? It's his. When Donald Trump signs this, this is his spending bill. When Donald Trump signs this, he is the one allowing a spending bill without border security, border wall funding. He is the one that allows Planned Parenthood in here. He is the one that allows, I'm sorry folks, I know this is not your pro-Donald Trump speech. He is the one that allows the funding for EPA, continued funding for all of these things that the Democrats are crowing about. So what did Charles Krauthammer's been real nice, but what did he say Monday night? And it really got Trump roaring yesterday. Okay, this really upset the president yesterday. You could tell. Play the Krauthammer clip from Monday night on Fox News.
We always say it, we're always one election from changing things. They control the House, the Senate, and the White House.
Trump got rolled. The Republicans got rolled. They ended up with nothing, really. It's sort of embarrassing. I understand the strategic idea. We're halfway through the year, only a few months left. This has all been negotiated in the past. You save your fire for September when you do next year. That's what they say every time. They save their fire, and they don't use it the next time. Now, Trump has been wonderful, I think, in sort of throwing out a lot of ideas, starting with the gas tax. The Kim idea wasn't a great idea, but there's no denying the fact that this was not a win. He was not the winner he said he was, or a negotiator. This is a total loss.
Trump got rolled. This created a firestorm yesterday, Monday night on Bret Baier, Charles Krauthammer, very complimentary to the president, supportive in his things he is saying, but he says Trump got rolled, and he did. He just got flat rolled. Well, that created a firestorm, and I guess with Mick Mulvaney, they started saying, we'll shut it down in September. We'll shut it down in September. Why? Why would you shut it down in September? Why not now? Maybe the government's in for a good shutdown in September. I sent you 2 Trump tweets, right, yesterday. Give me tweet 1, okay? This is from Trump yesterday, okay? This is from yesterday. Donald Trump sets down. The reason for a plan negotiated between Republicans and Democrats is that we need 60 votes in the Senate, which are not there. We go to the next one. Either elect more Republican senators in 2018 or change the rules now to 51%. Our country needs a good shutdown in September to fix the mess. No, Mr. President, the country needs a good shutdown come Friday. See, I'm willing to take the chance. Even though she doesn't know it, Sam's willing to take the chance. I'm willing to take the chance for Sam. I'm willing to take the chance for you. I'm ready to take the chance for all America. Shut the damn thing down. Go home. Turn the lights off. I guarantee Americans will go to the lake. I guarantee they'll cook out this weekend. I guarantee they'll go hiking. I guarantee they'll go fishing. I guarantee we will go do what we want to do, and we're really not going to be that upset that you're not there and the government's shut down. Shut down and fix the mess. All right, we're gonna touch on the 2018 more senators, because I don't see that happening right now. But to me, yesterday, the thing that hurt the worst for Republicans, and I have to say, I wish he would not have done it yesterday, but I understand. Now, the great one, well, it's Mark Levin, the great one, right? We defer to Mark Levin as the great one, but Rush Limbaugh. Now, put up Rush's picture with Mike Pence. Okay, so Rush there with the golden EIB microphone. I'll get a golden microphone one day there, Rush. Rush there at the EIB network, millions of listeners a day, millions, okay? #1 talk conservative radio in the United States, more listeners than anybody. So, Trump got rolled, bipartisan. America does not like this. Trump voters do not like this, okay? I'm watching all of the social network pages. Trump voters are upset over this. So Mike Pence, vice president, I have respect, he rushes to get on, no pun intended, rushes to get on Rush's show yesterday, right? And he gets the hurry up on, let's get down there and tell Rush why we had to be bipartisan. And I'm thinking, so I've read the whole transcript. I've read the whole transcript of him on the air with Rush Limbaugh. We will pick some pieces out of that as we go through the morning. But the one that gets me that I understand, and I'll tell you why I'm concerned, is because Rush asked a question yesterday that millions of people listen to that I hope does not hurt Karen Handel. Now, I don't think Rush Limbaugh intended to hurt Karen Handel. I don't think he did. I don't think his intentions has ever been, since I've been listening to him, to see if he could help elect a Democrat. I don't think so, okay? Don't remember ever hearing him work to try to elect a Democrat. But yesterday, Rush says to the Vice President of the United States, if this is what happens, Mr. Vice President, why vote Republican? And I'm going to tell you that was big, because I said it Monday, I said it what time I was here yesterday. I have asked, why vote Republican? I said it Monday morning on the show. Why vote Republican? What is the point, Rush said, what is the point of voting Republican if Democrats are going to continue to win practically 95% of their objectives, such as in the last budget deal? Now, Pence goes on, the Vice President goes on to tell Rush that this is good for America and it's bipartisan. And Rush says, we didn't send you to be bipartisan. I mean, we didn't do that. That's not our interest to be bipartisan. So why vote Republican? That question is out there at a very bad time. It's a very bad time to ask why vote Republican. Because now we have in the 6th District, we have Karen Handel. And I know you don't like when I do this, folks, because I love politics. I absolutely love politics, and I know you cringe, okay? And if I'm a Democrat right now in the 6th District and I'm John Ossoff, I have commercials running that say, why vote Republican? Rush Limbaugh even wants to know why vote Republican. I'm sorry, folks, you did not like that. I know what you're saying. You're saying, could you not have said that? What are you doing? Are you trying to help John Ossoff? No, I'm not the one that wrote an omnibus bill and went on recess and lied to the American people and built up this crisis situation of government in crisis. I didn't do that. I didn't lie to the American people and then come up with a 1,500-page, bigger than Obama's stimulus package, and say, oh, by the way, we found this in the closet. We have a spending bill. I did not do that. I did not lie to America and say I was going to, I did not, say I was going to drain the swamp. I did not say I was going to build the wall. I did. Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell, there's a problem there. And there's a problem with our Congress. See, they don't want to help your president. But I'm going to say my biggest concern yesterday, I agree with Rush Limbaugh, period. I agree with the man, 100%. Why are we, and we'll break down some more things, but why vote Republican? Why? If this is the bill we're going to get, if we're going to get a $1 trillion spending bill, and Donald Trump says this is good for the country, and it's a bipartisan in America. Now look, the one thing I always said, Mr. President, I always said that you have always been tapped in to rural America and tapped in to what they think and how they see things is why you're elected today. You're not tapped in. If you think rural America, you're not tapped in or dialed into rural America. If you think the people in Harrisburg Saturday night, you're not dialed in anywhere. If you feel they sent you to Washington, D.C. to pass a $1 trillion spending bill and say you wanted to reach out to Democrats and Republicans. Mr. President, I got to agree with Charles Krauthammer. You got rolled. I'm going to take a little break before we do. We got a lot of things going on. It is Wednesday. Okay, let's get straight. We're going to come back, okay? And we're going to talk about those 2 tweets that Trump put up. You know, the one that said, hey, 51% or more senators? We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But, okay, Friday we'll be at Sycamore Crossing. We're going outside. It is now May 3rd, and Friday we'll be outside at Sycamore Crossing. And are you excited about that, Sam?
Yes, I am.
Are you looking forward to the pooches coming on our Pet of the Week?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to sit over there and play with them.
All right. So, I thought you wouldn't get on camera.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, you're not going to get on
no.
during the break?
No, I'm going to let them come sit over there next to me while you do the job, you know.
Oh, okay. Humane Society of Blue Ridge, we will be starting back our Pet of the Week. Can't wait to have that. That'll be starting this Friday, our Pet of the Week. And we'll be at Sycamore Crossing. Let's see what else we have going on. What all do we have? Now, Thursday, we have the governor coming. Why is the governor coming, Sam?
Atlanta House Speaker David Ralston will join Governor Nathan Deal as he signs the House Bill 146. It's the firefighter cancer insurance bill. He's going to sign it into law at the Gilmer County Fire Station 1 on Thursday, May 4th at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock, so that's Monday. And that's the firefighter cancer bill. Thursday, what did I say? Monday. Did I say Monday? Why would I say something like that? Wow. I tell you, it's been a rough couple of days. So Thursday, the governor will be here. Thursday. And that's at 1 o'clock. The firefighter cancer bill, Speaker David Ross, and that is Fire Station 1 over here. So that's at 1 o'clock. Now this weekend, what all do we have? Do we have a couple things here this weekend?
Yes, we have the Apple Blossom Festival on Saturday and Sunday. It is a free event that is open, and it starts at 9 o'clock, runs until 4 p.m. And then Saturday night, we have the Blue Ridge Mountain Wine and Jazz Festival. The gates open at 2, and the music starts from 3 to 9. And
that is, let's see if I get that, Charisma Jazzmatic Funk. Did I get that right?
Yes, that's who's putting it on. They will be one of the groups that is playing there that evening.
Folks, Charisma Jazzmatic Funk, you want to come check that out Saturday night. I will be there. Sam will be there. In fact, we will be all over this weekend, and when we come back, we'll go over some other things going on in the North Georgia area. Hey, now, I didn't write this story, but when we come back, why the Georgia mountain town has become a gay-friendly hotspot. Don't look at me like that. It's an article. I mean, folks, I didn't write the article, Sam. It's an article. I'll be back after these messages. I'm your host, BKP.